Ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome again. In today's video, we are going to look at the comparison formula operators. Going to look at something called comparison formula operators. Like, we are going to look at those formulas which have operators that you can use to compare different numbers. For example, examples, we have operators such as equal, greater than, less than, greater or equal to, less or equal to, then not equal to, not equal to. This one we said is the same as equal to. This is greater than. This is less than. And then this is greater or equal to. Then this is less or equal to. And then this is not equal to. So examples here, like we can say, e.g., we can say number 1, example, number 1, then you have number 2, then when you put this into a table, you can say we have number 1, we have 35, and we have 40. Then here the result, the when you try to manipulate, we say is, when you use equal sign, then you say is 35 equal to 40. And if it is true, then write true or false. What about greater than? Is 35 greater than 40? Either true or false. What about the less than? Is 35 less than 40? Then you say either true or false. What about greater or equal to? Then you say is 35 greater or equal to 40? Then you either get false or true. That's how we're going to deal with this one. So I'm going to show you how to do this one. So I'm going to try to increase the size of my cells, and I put here the operators like equal sign, equal sign, then I say greater than, less than, greater or equal to, less or equal to, then I have not equal to. These are operators. Then I have the name of the operators. Say this is the same as equal to, and say this is greater than, this is less than, this is greater than or greater or equal, greater than or equal. Then this is less than or equal to. Then I have not equal to. So after having this, I go ahead, I'm going to put the numbers, say number 1, then number 2, and then go ahead and say population, and output. Then output, logical output, the logical output. So I'm going to put this into I can put that into a border. Go to insert to the home tab, select all border, and then I can also put this into bold. Now, so I put the first value 56, that just sample values, that just put random values, don't have to mind about that. We just want to prove and see. Number 2, 12, that, have that. In operation, I'm going to start with equal sign, then say is equal. Remember in Excel, anything to do with calculation, start with equal sign. So you say is number 1 equal to number 2. If it is true, then you get false. I think I don't need this. I don't need this because I'm getting the output immediately, either false, operation and output. So when we check on our formula by saying is this equal to this, of course no, 56 is not the same as 23. That's why I get the answer false. What about this? You say is equal to, greater than. So is number 1 greater than number 2? Yes, that's why I get true. So what about this one, which is less than? So you say is equal to, is number 1 less than number 2? False, because this is greater than this. What about here? Greater or equal to, is this one greater or equal to this? False. What about this? Is 89 less or equal to this? False again. But if we put, for example, here 89, what will you get? You get true, because the statement saying should be either less or equal, at least either of the two. Then the last one is not equal to, so I say equal sign this, then say not equal to this one, and press enter, say false. Of course they are not equal to, but when I change that to 78, the value become true. So these are logical operation output, these are sample numbers, these are the name of the operators, and these are the operators which we use to compare, to do comparison of numbers. We are going to be using this type of operators, especially when we are dealing with the if function. Well, these are logical function which test whether the statement is either true or false. As you can see in the operation output, I have false or true. So like we used to compare, we normally use this to compare different data in our data set to see if a certain statement meet the criteria. If they meet, then you return a true statement. Otherwise, if they not, you return a false statement. So for now, our aim was to learn about these operators. In the next video, we shall go ahead and look at other tools, other mathematical tools that we can use in Microsoft Excel. But remember to practice this, because when you have this skill of using this, first of all, you can determine whether to pay a salesperson. Maybe you are working in a business, you can determine to sell a salesperson a bonus by using comparison formula to compare actual sales with a predetermined quota. Like you can say, if maybe this person sold this amount on this day, then this I'm going to give the bonus of this amount. But if he sold this like this, I'm going to give this amount. So there are many ways we can use this, and I'll encourage you that you really master this type of operators and operations and learn how to use them in your daily calculation. Thank you for now. Let's catch up in the next video, guys.